兵器神速。
何見てるんだ？
ああ、ちょうどよかったです。
何か発見したのか？
ここに鉱石があったのですが、もしかすると何か手がかりが見つかるかもしれません。
鉱石？その鉱石が行方不明と関係があるのか？
それは確かめてみればわかります。少し待っててください。
なんかすごく集中してるぞ。何してるんだ？
見えました。4人の大人。それと子供のような人影が鉱山を離れていきました。
子供？どうして鉱山に子供が？
僕にもわかりません。
それに、見えたってどういう意味だ？
ああ、それは文字通りの意味です。誰にも言わないでくださいね。自分でもおかしいことは分かってるので、誰にも言ってなかったんです。実は僕、鉱石の記憶を見ることができるんです。
推測や予想ではなく、見えると？
さっきみたいに石に手を当てるだけでわかるのか？
はい。僕からすれば、鉱石にも記憶があるんです。鉱石たちは周囲で起きた出来事をたまに記録していて、僕は触れることでその記憶を見ることができます。
すごいな。じゃあ何でも知ることができるんじゃないか？
それは石の種類にもよります。鉱石の記憶能力には差があるんです。鉄鉱石や白鉄の塊など一般的な鉱石だと記憶がぼやけていてほとんど役に立ちません。一方、石白できる量も多くて鮮明です。
石を目に。実に興味深い。これは非常に珍しい能力だ。タイ殿が君主殿を誘ったこと、実に賢明な判断だったと言えるだろう。
皆さんのお役に立ててよかったです。多分彼らはこの道をまっすぐ向かったのだと思います。
北か。この道に沿っていけば鉱山を出ることになる。
彼らは北へ向かった。この手がかりを記録してタイに伝えよ
う。兵器神速。
ここの労働者か？
ああ、そうだ。行方不明者の件で調査しに来たんだろ。頼む、みんなを助けてくれ。一体何が起きたんだ？あの日は空が暗かったのを覚えてる。頭が何人かの仲間を連れて外に用事を済ませに行ったんだ。俺と他の4人の仲間は鉱山に残って作業をしていた。その時俺は少しだけサボってたんだ。でも少しだけだぞ。一番奥のテントで俺は寝てた。そして目が覚めると跡形もなくみんな消えてたんだ。少し前まで普通に話をしてた奴らが突然消えちまって、まさか今度は俺の番なんじゃ。
テントにいた人間は失踪を免れ、外で作業していた者だけが失踪したか。もしかすると作業区域で何か起きたのかもしれない。
そんな。作業区域で何か起きた可能性がある。これも手がかりとして記録しておこう。手がかりも結構揃ったし、タイに報告しに行こ
帰ってきたか。調査の結果はどうだった？
近くで手がかりを3つ見つけた。1つ、ツルハシが4本なくなっていたが生活用品は1つも減っていなかった。つまり皆自発的に出て行ったのではなく、誰かに連れ去られたということになる。
誰かに連れ去られた？でも一体誰がそんな。
2つ、鉱山にはもともと5人の鉱夫がいたが、1人は仕事を怠け作業区域を離れて寝ていた。彼が起きると仲間は全員失踪していたという。作業区域にいた人が消え、休憩区域にいた人は無事だった。つまり事件の発生地点は作業区域だ。
そういえば確かにアコはサボっていたと自分で言ってたな。まさか誰かが作業区域に入ってあいつらを連れ去ったのか？
俺が言いたかった最後の手がかりがそれだ。君主殿のある調べにより、彼らは一人の子供によって鉱山から連れ出されたことが分かった。
子供？この近くには住んでいる人なんて少ないし、ましてや子供が鉱山に来るなんてありえない。
でも本当にそうみたいなんだ。4人とも子供と一緒に出て行った。
それで一体どこに？
俺たちの調べによると、彼らは道に沿って北へ向かった。鉱山を出て遺跡の方へ行ったのだろう。
北か。よし、今すぐ人手を集めて探してくる。調査のことを。
待て。
鉱山を離れればみんなには引き続き。
いいだろう。
それじゃあ俺。
今の状況をまとめると、
あ
あ、でも
待て。
あ、本当だ。
Apologies. I'm conducting a quick search for my own benefit. I'm looking for a precious stone known as Dragonfall.
Dragonfall? Dragonfall is often used in forging. What use do you have for it?
I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't recall why I'm seeking it. I've been feeling very absent lately. Name and address aside, I'm having trouble remembering things. In fact, I've been feeling extremely anxious, as if there's something I've forgotten to finish. It's an unpleasant sensation.
Oh, Paimon knows that feeling. When you know you've forgotten something, but you can't remember exactly what it is.
I don't even know where to start with it. I've been aimlessly wandering. That day at the market, I overheard a conversation while I was buying something. They mentioned Dragonfall. It sounded so familiar to me, as if whatever it was I had to do was linked to that stone. So, I decided to look for some. Perhaps if I can retrieve some, I'll remember what it is I have to do.
I see. If I am able to during our endeavor, I will help you look for this stone.
Really? Oh, thank you, Mr. Zhengli. You're too kind.
Think nothing of it.
Shouldn't we get going?
Heading north from the chasm will reach Lingju Pass. If this is indeed the path they chose, there will be traces.
Great! Let's have a look.
Brace yourself. This is gonna hurt.
footprints here. These must have been left by the miners.
Let us make our way to the end of Lingju Pass. If there are no footprints there, it would suggest that the miners are still within the pass itself. However, if we find new tracks, we can follow them wherever they may lead.
I could get used to this. No time to lose. Yeah.
Hey! Footprints!
It would appear that they made their way through Lingju Pass and kept moving.
If we follow their footprints, we should be able to find where they went. Oh no! The footprints end here!
We should inquire with anyone nearby. If the miners came through here, they may well have seen them.
Hi there! Have you seen anyone dressed like a miner around here?
A miner? I'm afraid not.
Let's try someone else. Hello! Have you seen any miners nearby? About this tall? 4 of them?
Stop bothering me. Can't you see I'm cloud watching?
Jeez, a little grumpy, aren't we? Whatever. Let's go ask someone else.
It must have been about 4 or 5 days ago. There were a few men who came through here carrying baskets and picks. I guess that could have been them.
Yeah, that's them!
4 or 5 days ago. It appears that they were moving slower than we'd anticipated. Traversing the geography of Lingju Pass must have held them up.
It was so strange. 4 big guys with lifeless expressions. It was like they were in some sort of trance. And there was a child staggering in front of them.
Huh. This child. Did you see what they looked like?
I caught a glimpse. Blue hair, short. I think it was a girl. She wasn't smiling. In fact, she looked very serious.
And they took this road?
Yes, they followed it straight from here.
Let's go after them!
No time to lose.
More footprints.
shouldn't let your guard down. Bring it on.
Delve into destiny. Fate is upon you. Here we go. Everybody stand back.
This is getting interesting. No time to lose.
Let me scry. Brace yourselves.
Those monsters were so aggressive. They must have noticed me walking through. Before I knew it, they were all over me. Thank you all for saving me. My name is Wanyu. I belong to Liyue Shengyu Hall. I head up our human culture and civilization research.
Huh? You sure you're not a miner?
A miner?
Yeah, we're looking for a group of 4 strong fellas carrying mining equipment.
I think I saw those people.
Really?
Yes. I set off from Nantianmen the day before yesterday, heading for Lingju Pass. About halfway there, I came across some people. A few men and a child. I was in a hurry. I didn't get a good look. I'm afraid I'm not even sure what they looked like. Apologies.
I think that's all we needed to hear. Thank you.
I hope it's useful to you. I'd better get going. There's a conference I need to attend. Again, thank you all for your help.
According to this scholar, the miners were heading for Nantianmen.
Can we be absolutely sure that it was the men that we're looking for?
A child with a group of adults. Sounds pretty close to Paimon. But...
Hey, perhaps that rock over there can tell us more.
Aha! Paimon nearly forgot about our secret weapon!
It looks promising. I'll do my best. It's the same group, all right. They followed this road.
Mr. Kunjun, your stone seeing is something I won't forget in a hurry.
I suppose it is an asset, though I rarely find a use for it. But praise from Mr. Zhongli is high praise indeed.
It's a good thing we brought our Kunjun compass along. We would have lost all sense of direction a long time ago.
You think so? I guess it's been a worthwhile trip then. It feels like we're cracking a criminal case. It's a lot of fun.
Be that as it may, we would do well to keep our guards high. 4 fully grown men in a trance-like state, walking ceaselessly day and night, over hills and mountains, led by a child. This is no ordinary incident.
Oh, you're quite right, Mr. Zhongli. We should have our wits about us.
That's not all. Our scholar was attacked by Geovishap hatchlings, but the level of aggression they exhibited was unusual. We have encountered many clues along the way. So far, they've pointed us in the right direction. The miners headed in the direction of Nantianmen the day before yesterday. From here, they would have had to navigate a perilous mountain road. If their destination is indeed Nantianmen, we should be able to catch up with them.
Great! No time to lose!
I left a mark in the vicinity just now. If Uncle Dai does pass through here, it should guide him to us.
Clever thinking! A classic Zhongli move!
I wonder what the rest of the Harbingers are up to. Plotting and scheming on an ever grander scale, no doubt.
Hey! Over here on the ground! Is this one of the missing...
There's a basket lying here, too. This must be one of the miners.
Hey! Hello? Can you hear us?
Judging by his appearance, he must have collapsed from exhaustion.
Should we wake him up?
I can still dig.
Sounds like he's whispering something.
It seems that he thinks he still has work to do. Something's not right. There's a camp nearby. We should take him there and monitor his condition before deciding our next move.
How is he? He won't die, right?
He's worked himself into a stupor. Thankfully, he's not in serious danger.
Hyman heard him talking about digging for something. Did he dig himself into this state?
It's certainly a possibility.
It looks like there's something in his pocket. Are these ore fragments? I just witnessed the memories within these ore fragments. This person brought these fragments out of the mine. He's one of the 4 that we're searching for.
How he came to be here is what we need to understand.
So he was kidnapped and then abandoned here. But if they didn't need him, why bring him all the way out here?
Unless something happened. Something that led him to fall behind.
Ugh. Hyman's had enough. This is too mysterious.
Oh, wait a moment. Seeing these fragments has jogged my memory. I have something for you.
What is it? Ooh,
Something for us?
As I mentioned, before I met Uncle Dai, I was in a daze. I was so happy when Uncle Dai enlisted you to help. I would never have managed to track down these clues by myself. These are some crystals that I bought from the market. Not any old crystals, mind you. This purity is extraordinarily rare. One for each of you. A memory, if you will.
it's beautiful. Oh, and the colors change as you turn it. It's like a different crystal from each angle.
But of course, take it. And this one is for Mr. Shangli. Huh? Is something wrong? Not to your liking?
On the contrary, I just hadn't anticipated receiving a gift during the current circumstances. But thank you. I will take good care of it.
I'm pleased you like them. It's nice to be able to give a gift that others can appreciate. Oh, I see more rocks over there. You should all get some rest. I'm going to scan the surroundings. Perhaps there are more memories to uncover.
You sure like rocks, huh, Kunjun?
Ores are the crystals of the earth, the sediment of time itself. I feel at peace among them. Get some rest and call me when you're ready to set off. I won't be far.
Rest easy. I surveyed the area. There's no danger here. Oh, however, there is something I wanted to discuss with you.
Huh? What's with the seriousness all of a sudden?
Traveler, does Dragonfall mean anything to you?
You mean the ore that Kunjun's looking for? What's so special about it?
Dragonfall is an incredibly rare ore used in forging. The majority of regular crystals are formed in high-temperature environments. Dragonfall, on the other hand, is formed as a product of elemental reactions.
Elemental reactions can produce material objects?
Indeed they can. However, only a minority can survive for long periods of time. Dragonfall first emerged in the midst of a great battle, thousands of years ago. Powerful clashes of elemental energy gave birth to elemental crystals. When the fighting ceased, these geological remnants were miraculously preserved. And yet they are crystal creations all the same. Few and far between, relatively unknown. A few hundred years ago, they were virtually mined into obscurity. Why is it then that a citizen of Lior now wishes to strike upon ore that has long since vanished from the earth?
Yeah, if he knows of its existence, surely he knows all of it's already been mined. Weird. Paimon doesn't get it.
There are those in the mining trade who retain a keen interest in Dragonfall. But for someone like Mr. Kunjun, whose motivations for seeking it are unclear even unto himself, it's practically unheard of.
Ulterior motives? Is he a villain?
A conclusion that is presently impossible to reach. We must watch and wait. Don't forget, rescuing those miners is the primary objective. As for anything else, sooner or later the tide will reveal the lie of the land. We're drawing closer to our goal. I believe we should continue to follow this road through. Now that we've found one, the others won't be far away. When you're well rested, call Mr. Kunjun over to us. We still have more investigation ahead. We should ensure this miner is settled here at the camp. Once we've brought this matter to a close, we can return and attend to him. I suggest we leave a note for Uncle Dai. If he does find the camp, he'll know what to do.
Kunjun, we need to get going.
No problem. I'm done here.
Any results, Mr. Kunjun?
There are many beautiful rocks here, but nothing out of the ordinary. I couldn't find any clues. Then again, the memories of ore can shift with the passage of time and the changing of the environment. Difficult to say. I feel that ore memories tend to be from the recent past.
So there's never any ancient memories?
Rocks endure, but as eons pass, their memories are erased. Those memories that survive are rooted in powerful emotion or thought.
That makes sense. It is the same for people.
Indeed. Let's keep going. Wow. Such an immense tree.
And there's so many mysterious-looking crystals up there, too. Amazing!
This ancient tree. Let's conduct separate investigations. I'll take that area. Perhaps you could survey this section. All right, then.
Kunjun, can you see anything worth investigating?
Well, there is this stone tablet here.
Doesn't seem very interesting. Paimon's gonna look over there.
Huh. It's worth a try, surely. Let me see. This is...
Hey, what's wrong?
just a bit lightheaded. It's past. Nothing to worry about. Not yet.
Whatever. Paimon's going to investigate over there. Why don't you climb the tree and have a look? If you don't try, you won't know. Anyway, you'll be able to...
You think so?
When has Paimon ever come up with a bad idea, Wait a minute. Paimon can fly. All right, Paimon will go. You wait here. Paimon will...
All of you, come here.
Huh? Zhongli's voice came from behind the tree. Did he find another clue? Quick, let's go see. Maybe he found another miner.
This has been newly dug. It would appear our answer is up ahead.
Is that a voice coming from the tunnel? Ah! Someone else go first!
Compose yourselves. I will lead us in. There is an unusual presence emanating from inside the tunnel. Prepare yourselves and tread lightly. This is...
The missing miners are here! What are they digging for?
I'm afraid that this whole tunnel is the fruit of their strenuous labor.
Huh? That gate! Has it been there all along?
Digging a tunnel to this ancient seal. Had they not been discovered, they would undoubtedly persevere until the gate.
So behind the seal, there's... What do we do? We can't hurt them! What type of monster is this?
Morax, you arrive at my doorstep of your own volition. Excellent. Taking revenge for sealing me away will be all the easier.
So, the little girl is your power incarnate. But if you recall, Ishtaha, this is not how we intended for events to transpire.
Waste not your words. Your life is mine.
Adventure time!
Stabilize.
Let's light it up!
Solidify.
Let me scry! Let's light it up! Here we go!
Detestable. This one's not enough. You would forsake me again?
If that is what you choose to believe, so be it. He who bears the weight of memory is destined to shoulder the burden of truth, as it ought to be.
for takeoff. Get out of here!
Shouldn't let your guard down.
Morax! You think you can destroy me?
Solidify! Order guide trust.
Bring it on!
Crumble!
Let's play!
Stabilize. Crumble.
There is no atonement for 1,000 years of pain!
Stable.
Morax, 1,000 years after you sealed me underground, you return for the second time.
You should call it by its name, Ajdaha. Fate.
Fate? Fate? So here lies the wisdom of the gods. Destroy all deemed redundant. Enlist tyrants to ravage the wilderness.
No. You have forgotten.
That voice!
Ajdaha.
Huh? Kunjun?
Morax. It's been a while.
You're...
Ajdaha. The very same.
During the battle, you imbued us with your power.
Yes, it was all I could manage. Forgive me for concealing the truth, traveler. There were things that only became clear to me upon reaching this tree. Allow me to elaborate. I am not Ajdaha the whole, but a fragment. Heaven and earth, yin and yang, opposing forces. You can consider the existence of me and the Ajdaha you see there to be a reflection of such polarities. We are a schism of the will of Ajdaha.
So there are two Ajdahas?
No, it can't be. That's impossible.
When the seal loosened, your power manifested in this world as a child. With this new identity, you were able to vent about the forces that suppressed you. But would anyone listen? Would they even care? That's when it occurred to you. The loosening of the seal constituted an opportunity to strike back. Kidnapping the miners was all in aid of digging to the entrance to the seal itself. Your plan was to launch an attack on both ends, from outside and within, thereby fully destroying the seal.
The audacity! Are you insane? If you truly are a part of me, how is it you find yourself standing on the side of the betrayer?
I was another power awakened with the loosening of the seal. Too weak to reincarnate, but strong enough to possess a human body. I was barely conscious. I couldn't remember who I was. Only the past would elicit a reaction from me. But my aim was clear. Find Morax, and aid him in stopping you.
I had sensed that something was amiss when you mentioned Dragonfall. Had your power been but a little stronger, I would have recognized you.
Don't blame yourself. I have changed beyond all recognition. Only when I touched the stone tablet did I truly remember. It's been so long. A secret beyond all comprehension of youthful humanity and ancient dragonkind. Morax, do you want to tell the tale?
There would be no harm in it. The decision is yours.
You haven't changed. Then allow me. Ajdaha was once a friend and ally of the Geo-Archon Morax, with a lifespan far exceeding that of mankind. However, that which is derived of the Earth is no more or less than the Earth itself. The memories of rocks do not last long. Those memories that survive are rooted in powerful emotion. But as time passes, so these memories fade into obscurity. Erosion is the world's greatest destroyer of memories. Erosion ground Ajdaha's consciousness into oblivion. Slowly, he forgot the face of his old friend, and his memories of defending Liyue Harbor disintegrated. Ajdaha, now incomplete, became irascible, aggressive.
What would you expect? It was humanity that attacked the ley lines that sustained me.
This much is true, which is why you attacked the chasm, why you waged war against Morax. In the beginning, in order to open up new territory and increase production, the citizens of Liyue came to the mountains to mine. Overexploitation caused the ley lines to quake, which brought untold suffering to us. Erosion made us even more savage. No matter how we struggled, we lost the ability to coexist with humanity. We lost all reason. Morax shared with us some of his power to prevent further erosion, but it was futile. Everything returns to dust. It is the natural order, an unstoppable force. And so, we became you. And from your will, I emerged. I am your final contract. Witness the promise between Ajdaha and Morax. You can hate me, but you cannot deny me.
No! No!
I am the remnants of Ajdaha's benevolence, the echo of a contract set in stone. I harbor a willingness to go further, a willingness to coexist peacefully with mankind.
No, no! It is I, Ajdaha, forged of elemental crystal, bearer of the weight and memories of the earth, older than the mountains and the oceans that decides. I will not swear allegiance to this insect.
Morax is not an insect.
A lord over insects is nothing but an insect in turn!
You forgot yourself. Nobody held Morax in higher regard than you or I. That which you have forgotten, I hold here in my heart. If you are the memory of the Earth, then I am the memory of coexistence. Of coexistence with humanity. All powers under heaven, rise and fall of land and sea.
A star appears within the wild. A sun ascends as bright as jade. Strange. What is this feeling? And all this?
You are spent, and I will soon disappear. Before I do, heed these words. In the wilderness, snow falls on a spring day. In an instant, it will melt. Even where it is fleeting and leaves no trace. Even where it will never fall again.
No! That isn't true! I don't accept this as fate!
Perhaps it isn't, but it remains an inevitable misfortune.
More axe!
The little girl vanished!
Are you satisfied, Ishtaha?
I had to make amends. Satisfaction had no part in it. So, Morax, you call yourself Zhongli these days?
I do.
Well, I'm afraid old habits die hard. To me, you're Morax.
As you please.
I never did forget your gift of sight.
I hardly lifted a finger. Think nothing of it.
And yet, you could see. You wouldn't know the yearning of a blind dragon, searching for the sun. A pair of eyes, from Morax to Ajda. This, I will remember this.
Your power is nearly spent.
Perceptive as always, my friend.
Shall we get going, you and I?
Surely the pressing matter is still that of the miners trapped outside the seal.
Indeed. Hence the need to get going. To fix the damage left in your wake.
Straight down to business as always. Let's go.
Huh? How did we get here? We need to go back and check on the miners!
So there you are. My men and I found your clues and followed them straight here. We found Mao in a tent at the campsite unconscious. It seems he'll be okay. Sadly, we found no trace of the other three. Huh? Young Kun, what is...
Nothing. Pay it no mind. Those three miners are over there, in that cave.
cave? What happened?
They're exhausted, but not in danger. Don't worry.
Right. Well, thank you, all of you. I better go and see how they're doing.
So you're taking them back to Liyue Harbor?
That's right.
Can I come with you?
No problem. You rescued my men. I'll be happy to assist all of you in any way I can. I'll be back soon. I need to assess their condition.
Kunjun, we should be calling you Ezda. You're coming back to Liyue Harbor too, right?
Not I. Merely this body. Once I'm gone, the true owner will accompany the miners back to Liyue. Kunjun hails from a family of famous artisans. He too will be famous in time. It would be a shame for someone of his talent to go missing.
You always did have a great admiration for blacksmiths.
Curious how swords and daggers are blind, yet their creators see so much. Perhaps empathy is mankind's proudest achievement after all.
Ezda, I am no longer the Geo-Archon.
I can sense it.
Today I am just an ordinary citizen of Liyue.
Even you met such a fate. Let's get the difficult part out of the way. I cannot guarantee that I won't be awoken a second time.
No matter. If that day comes to pass, Liyue must prepare itself to face you.
And how will Liyue fare without Rex Lapis?
Even without a god above, this remains a nation of men. I was once their god. I ought to be here to witness their rise and fall.
All life is shaped and then ground away by the endless flow of time. You are always the strongest among us. Yet, it would seem that even you have been eroded. That's unimportant. Fate is ordained by heaven. Even if our mission had already concluded, it would be cowardly not to strike out on the road of departure. You may live forever, doomed to a lonely existence. Yet, even this is temporary. When you reach the end of time, those people, those past and future relationships predetermined by fate, they will be waiting for you.
I do not pretend to match your rhetoric when it comes to the subject of a life long lived. I fear that the life of an elemental being is longer than any in this world.
Were it not so, you would have killed me long ago, and would not be having to face me again now.
You've brought a smile to my face. When all is said and done, a reunion between old friends is an auspicious occasion.
That day in the chasm, did you hesitate?
A heart of stone is a heart nonetheless. But I am the god of contracts, and was for a time a god of the people of Liyue.
You chose justice, but did not forsake your kindness. You came to me not as an assassin, and so I was willingly sealed away.
The movements of the Earth Dragon can tremble the earth and shake the heavens. With your abilities, even at my full strength, I struggled to confront you, let alone seal you away.
Hence my inception. Do not forget that I was there with Liyue's founder. The face may have changed, but the content of the contract remains intact. Old friend, god of contracts, I hereby honor our agreement.
Thank you, Ezda.
My life is nigh on eternal. I will go on with the infinite flow of time. And you, Morax, you too will live for many a day to come.
You're leaving?
If it is fated, Morax, we will meet again.
Yes. Don't be alarmed. He's only asleep.
Whoa. That was so weird. It was like he suddenly became another person.
In fact, we have yet to meet the real Kunjun. He was. Centuries may have passed since then, but events from 1,000 years ago remain crystal clear in my mind.
In our last tale, Rex Lapis was walking alone in the mountains. He heard a remote voice, unlike any other, coming from a crack in the earth.
Most of the ancient geo-life forms that live below Liyue are blind, having not seen the sunlight for an age.
The voice was sometimes sad and song-like. Other times it was loud and thunderous. The Lord of Geo searched here and there before finally unearthing a strange stone from the bedrock.
That's how Aishtaha was. I answered his wish and took him above ground.
The Lord of Geo took pity on the rock spirit and carved it into a magnificent work of craftsmanship, a vivid representation of a dragon.
I bestowed him with a pair of eyes to see the world and came to an agreement with him.
With his fingers, he made 2 eyes, quicker than words could tell. Lightning flashed and thunder roared, and a living, breathing dragon soared into the clouds.
I agreed to let him live among the people above ground. But if the day ever came when he brought ruin to order, he would once again be sealed in the dark.
The dragon accompanied the Lord of Geo, fighting campaigns alongside him in the 4 corners of the world. We have a saying to eulogize these events. The crash of a spear brought billowing dust. The mountains and waters made way at the sound. The sight of a dragon bestowed with a touch the promise of rainwater blessing the ground.
A 1,000 years ago, Aishtaha attacked the chasm. I tried to obstruct him, fighting him tooth and nail down the length and breadth of the mine. Finally, I brought him down and sealed him underground. During that battle, Dragonfall was born. Aishtaha could sense the stone. Subconsciously, he wanted to use it to find me. Despite being the victor, I could not claim to be stronger than he. And in his heart, he still retained an ounce of goodwill towards me, towards Liyue, towards life above ground. He was willing to be sealed away, but as the erosion set in, he forgot. Even I cannot avoid it. But there is something I understand better than most. When the door opens, it is time to leave. The greater the power, the greater the danger erosion may bring about. The millennia may come and go, but even a stone may tire, personally sealing away an old friend. This is just one form of erosion I have endured. People abandon and surrender the things they love to pursue the right path. Perhaps this is the erosion imposed on me by the heavenly principles. That I was a god of mankind. My identity may change, but my eyes will bear witness to the history of humanity.
You still care a lot about Liyue.
Call it part of my duty. I must thank you both.
No worries!
Oh? About what?
Oh, yeah. Paimon nearly forgot. So, not long ago, we met a guy called Dane. He told us about Conria and the punishment of the gods. That's when we realized that those events were connected to the person we're searching for. Zhongli, you're a god. You've lived through thousands of years of history. Surely you experienced the incident?
I cannot say.
Why? You can't even give us a thread of information? This is so important to us.
I understand. But I must apologize. This is my contract.
You mean another past grievance? Like the incident with Ejda? Too painful to talk about?
It was signed before it all began. I have always honored the contract. And kept my silence.
How can you be like that?
You two are friends to me. I can assure it brings me no pleasure to disappoint you. But as the god of contracts, I cannot go back on my word.
Would you be ready to find out?
It appears your understanding of this world continues to grow. There are many events of ages past, many secrets that lie hidden. They have been eroded by time, forgotten by the people, abandoned. But you are capable of finding them and bringing them into the light. Those who come to witness will witness. Those who are born to remember will remember. If you take the same road as that person, there may be more difficulties ahead. But as long as you firmly believe that you are on the right path, everything has meaning.
Rituals are you gonna perform here?
No ritual at all. We just need to kill some time.
Eh?
Wait, you didn't take all that vengeful god's curse stuff seriously, did you? They were eradicated ages ago. You saw those too. One thing... Now you see why I believe that ordinary folks should be kept in the dark. I've seen too many people account of things like this. If you want to calm them down, you need to convince them with something tangible. And the best way to do that is to make a great show of destroying the boogeyman they believe in before their very eyes.
Sounds like that might work. If you were trying to cheer up a 3-year-old. You're onto something. After all, we're only afraid of what we don't know.
Because you can't guarantee that telling an ignorant person the truth will improve the situation instead of exacerbating it. What I can do is pretend to pull back anyone who believes their time is nigh. But since the curse is imaginary, our fix will also be make-believe.
Makes sense. But why would anyone believe that it's a curse?
Do you know the history of the Yaksha? They once fought against the ancient gods. They fought brilliantly in a battle that engulfed the whole world in darkness. Although the gods were defeated in the end, their resentment persevered. That resentment turned into a pestilence spreading amongst the ordinary folk. Hysteric people mistook it for the curse of the gods. The plague took the lives of many, which only furthered its spread, as the dead were a breeding ground for the disease. Then someone discovered how to prevent it from spreading, purify the air, and burn the bodies of the deceased. The pioneers of these practices were, you guessed it, the founders of the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
Paimon didn't see that.
Yes. Anyway, it took many years. To sum it up, we are... So when I say... you're fine. Now, look here. But don't worry. The traveler here is a seasoned warrior and will assure our safety. All right.
Will that really... Trust the director.
How can you call me...